Hello everyone, Meepa here, trying to make your Monday a little better and maybe even something to look forward to. Hello again. So, for this week's video, I had some work that I needed to do for a story I am making that should hopefully be going on the channel if everything goes according to plan. Now, as I say this, I would like to point out there are no promises on this coming out anytime soon. I am not going to go into the lore at all because I don't want to make people excited if they're like, oh, this sounds cool, and something happens where I don't end up doing it. I'm really excited about this story though, so I don't think it would be for lack of motivation. I don't know, I just don't want to get anybody excited. I don't want to make any promises because I am not making that mistake again. But for this story I'm making, according to the current plan, I say current because plans are always apt to change, I am making it into a webcomic or kind of like comic book-y type thing. And for that, I kind of need to know what the characters look like because I'm going to be drawing them over and over, and a reference sheet is helpful. So, I have been watching like a few videos just on like character design or drawing things, just, you know, because that's the thing I like to watch. And something I saw was a tip where it emphasized an importance of like tone differences or like differences in the shades. Something like that. So, one of their ways of like advice was to do it all monochrome at first, and then there's a way on digital drawing to just change the hue essentially, or like the saturation and stuff like that. And looking at that method, I thought that kind of looks interesting. So I thought I could do a little video where I do that, I guess. And that's what it is. And it would just kind of like start off my little reference sheet for this character. So yeah, essentially I went in with the different shades of gray. I'll be honest, this was a little harder than I first expected it to be. Because I thought like, oh, that's so easy, like going into it. And then after, like, I'm like staring at it, trying to figure out like, hey, is this good? Like, did I do it right? And I'll be honest, like, part of me like looked at it and went like, I messed this up, didn't I? And the other part's like, nah, it's fine. And for now, at least, I'm listening to the part of my mind going, nah, it's fine. And yeah. Oh my gosh. I am just rambling. But yes, here is the part where I start fiddling around with the colors, with the hue and such. I had a general idea of what I wanted the colors to be, although I kind of had to change it up a bit just to add a little more contrast, because this character in my head was just a lot of purple. That's all they were. They were a lot of purple, and that's it. Like, they had purple wings, purple hair, purple sweater, all of it purple. And originally I was gonna name her Violet, and then eventually went against it. So she has a different name, but I'm really avoiding going into it like at all. But yes, while I changed up the colors, I changed up the saturation a lot because I felt like that was another thing that would add like differences, because if they were all on the highest saturation, that would be a bit like whack. If they were all in the same saturation really at all, I was like, oh. So I changed it up a bit, and that's kind of how I got some different colors that I wanted, because I just couldn't really find it on like the Draeger thing, and then I changed the saturation and I was like, ah, yes, this is what I was looking for. Oh my. But yeah, that's essentially what I did. I think I like how it turned out. I'm going with it. I've moved her colors on with the rest of the reference sheet, which isn't in this video. I'm not showing all of that. Although while I am talking here, since I've essentially explained the drawing process to as much as I can, you might see a bit more from the story, just either me doing reference pages or even me working on pages of this story without like spoilers in it. Just because like doing all this takes a bit of time, but I also need to keep up with uploading. So none of what I do there will be lore at all. It'll just be me drawing and finding something to talk about over it. So yes, this is what I have. I did make her shirt a little bit more blue in the end, because I thought a little more contrast there. But yes, this is what I have. I hope you all like it. I hope you all don't mind that I'm not really going into it or anything like that. And now I feel like I'm just rambling, so I'm just gonna cut myself off here. I hope you all have an amazing week, everybody. Goodbye!